What can we, as the children of God, learn from the Balaam and Balak Bible story? You need to watch this if you have ever feared being attacked in any way by evildoers. The Balaam and Balak Bible story demonstrates the protection God has over his children, and demonstrates how no one can curse what God has blessed. Here's a summary of the Balaam and Balak Bible story. Balak, the king of Moab, was terrified of the power that the children of God had. So he sent messengers to a man named Balaam, asking him to curse the children of God, hoping to weaken the children of God so the king's army would be able to defeat them. Balaam asked God what to do. God initially told Balaam not to go, and told him that he could not curse the children of God because they were blessed. But eventually God gave Balaam permission to go to the king, only if Balaam would speak the words that God would give him to speak. Balaam did go, but with the hidden intention of cursing the children of God, because he was probably thinking about all the rewards he could get from the king. God knew what Balaam was up to, so God had an angel block Balaam's path, and the angel reminded Balaam to speak only what God gives to him to speak. The angel gave Balaam some harsh words, so Balaam knew God was not playing with him. Balaam knew that he could only speak what God would give him to speak, or he would suffer some harsh consequences. So, when the king took Balaam to the place where the children of God were camped, Balaam started blessing the children of God. Balaam explained to the frustrated king of Moab that he could only speak the words God gave to him. According to the Bible, Numbers 23:8 from the King James Version. Balaam stated, "How shall I curse whom God has not cursed?" So, here's the lesson. According to Genesis 1:28, as the children of God, we have been blessed. We have been empowered by God. No one can curse us. No one can weaken us. We are indeed powerful. But wait, there is more to the Balaam and Balak Bible story. After Balaam fails to curse the children of God, as the king of Moab instructed him to do, something shocking happens. According to the Bible, Numbers 31:16 and Revelation 2:14, God's people began to sin against God. The men began to indulge in sexual immorality with Moabite women, who invited them to the sacrifices to their gods. God's people ate the sacrificial meal and bowed down and worshipped idols. God's people yoked themselves to false gods, and God's anger burned against them. A plague caused the death of many of God's people. God's people essentially cursed themselves. This was not a random event. This was a deliberate strategy. Balaam couldn't curse the children of God directly, so Balaam advised Balak, the king of Moab, to use a subtle trick. Balaam told the king of Moab to send in seductive women, lure the men of God into idolatry and sex, and cause God's judgment to fall on them. Balaam's strategy worked. He couldn't weaken or curse the children of God, but he successfully got them to weaken and curse themselves. So here is lesson number 2. No one can weaken us. No one can curse us. But we can weaken and curse ourselves by making choices that are not approved by God. The wicked strategy of getting God's people to weaken and curse themselves continues to this day. Because of all the deception, God's people don't even know who they really are and what power they have. God's children have been lied to, deceived, weakened, and abused. It is shameful how the enemies to God's people have used all sorts of strategies to keep God's people weakened, distracted, and confused. They have used television, music lyrics, movies, processed foods, manipulated Bible scriptures, false prophets' teachings which lead God's children to worship false gods, drugs, alcohol. The deception and the manipulation is overwhelming. All of this deception has been going on for a very long time. All of this deception is because of the overwhelming fear the enemies of God's people have. The enemies to God's people are terrified that the children of God will wake up and remember who they really are and how powerful they really are. Children of God, the mission of your enemies is to keep you from learning the truth so that they can kill you, steal from you, and destroy you. Your enemies rejoice when you fall. They laugh at your lack of knowledge. But the worst thing is, God weeps for you. It saddens him to witness your destruction. According to Exodus 34, Moses presented the 10 Commandments carved onto stone tablets to the children of God to instruct them on how God wanted them to live. According to John 10:10, Jesus came to show the children of God how to live abundantly, the way God wants them to live. God continuously sends messages to the children of God to get them to wake up and to remember who they really are and what power they have. I am here to deliver a powerful message to the children of God. Children of God, God is calling you. Answer the call.
Answer the call.